Welcome to your Daily Dose. My name is Robert, and some call me Dr. Robert or Robert PhD. And there's my pal Susan. She's here, but look at all these other characters that are joining us. We better go around and say hi. First off, hi, Venetia.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Bob, hi.
Hi.
Hi, Wayne.
Howdy.
Howdy. Russ, how are you?
Hey, Dr. Robert. Checking
Shaky
in.
Blake, my man, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hello, people.
All right. Michael, how are you, buddy?
Hi, everybody.
Good to see
I'm
you.
good.
And Phil is in Washington. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, sweetheart. How are you?
He's in trouble.
Oh, I'm feeling good now. We're talking about gift giving today, and we did some tremendous gift giving in the last hour of Jam for Joy. I wonder if anybody could talk about what it means. What does gift giving mean generally? We're in that spirit. We're in that season. What does gift giving mean, and what are the different ways we can give gifts? I see Susan.
I think when someone really knows you, you feel heard and you feel seen and you do not feel invisible, just the gift of that to you is the gift of all time. It's the best.
And that was one of our words today, right? Was connection through Brene Brown, was invisibility. We talked about loneliness, and you can rescue someone from that by giving the gift of recognition and hearing them. That's beautiful, Susan. Thank you. Phil.
And there is a difference. I was thinking about this between, let's say, a party scene or a social scene. There's a difference between being invisible and being ignored. When you're ignored, you're actually not invisible. But when you're invisible, I think invisible is worse than being ignored. You're not there. You can even say something to somebody and they don't say anything. You go, wait a minute, am I invisible?
That's a beautiful distinction you just made there, Phil.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that you talked about how it feels too. To me, that always ties back to one of my worst feelings, which is worthlessness, not mattering. Nobody cares. Those are some of my big fears. So, and big pain. So thanks for bringing that forward and, hearing, acknowledge that's beautiful. Anybody else? Gift giving, what it means?
Well, with Parkinson's, it's often because they don't hear you because you have a soft voice.
Well put, Bob.
And some of the games we play, we do for that, like to we're talking about, boom, put it out there with that intent for that reason. We have to be reminded to speak clearly and loudly, because yes, Parkinson's unfortunately can rob you of your voice, that gift of your voice, if you don't actively exercise it. Good. I saw Wayne's hand.
Well, one of my lifelong things that I have worked with all my adult life is that I am much more comfortable giving than I am in receiving.
And why do you think that is, Wayne?
I don't know. I've pondered it a bit. When I was younger, I always spent younger meaning young 12 or below. I always felt like everybody else got better gifts than me because my family was pretty poor. I shared my story. I shared in our breakout today was about me getting a bike when I was like 7 or 8, but it was a used bike because that's what they could afford. But anyway, so that's a complicated thing about why I'm not sure why, but the truth is I'm much more comfortable now that I'm as old as I am than I was most of my life about receiving a gift.
Well, I hope you'll receive the gift of love that we all feel for you in this room. I hope you'll take
Thanks.
that with absolute earnestness. You're a very important person to all of us. So thank you, Wayne.
Well, if you don't appreciate the gift that somebody gives you, you're somehow disking them, and that's you don't always think of that. At least I didn't in my earlier adult life. And I'll get off the stage.
You're very thoughtful, very thoughtful. Thank you so much for that. I see Michael saying.
I love that. I love that. The kids that got the good gifts and the kids that got the average or none at all, or the stratosphere of gift giving of the 6 to 13 and 14-year-olds. It was it was, I don't know what you call it, keeping up with the Joneses at 11 years old.
Yeah, that's how, and the perspective is very important. Michael, I saw your hand.
I just want to bring up, I always had trouble accepting compliments from people. It was my own self-image issue. But I've learned to accept compliments now and give them back as well.
Well, Michael, I'll hope you'll accept again. I want to put out there to everybody who's listening, the beauty of your podcast. It's one of your many gifts and you do it so well. So thank you for that. And we'll make sure to link that down below. Blake, I saw your hand.
I think one of the greatest gifts that we can give is simply just the way we make a person feel, because that's truly what is remembered in the end. It's not always the object or the situation, but how that other person made you feel.
Beautiful. That's beautiful. I see Venetia. Yes, Venetia.
Yes, Blake, I agree with that. And just listening is the biggest gift as well. Being able to listen, don't really hear what they're saying.
I hear you and I listen to all of that. And if I may, it is 5 minutes. So I hope I can offer the gift of this heart and this love to everybody and say that we'll be back for another daily dose very soon. And you're all welcome to join anytime you like. Okay. So on this Giving Tuesday, there's the biggest gift. Love you all.
That it?
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. Talk to